Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I'm Magali and this is my friend Anushree.
Hello.
She's a professional photographer. She does what type of photography do you do?
So I do portraiture, and portraiture meaning candid portraiture, where I do shoot mostly weddings for the wedding season, and rest of the stuff that I shoot with friends like you for the non-wedding season.
I think the both of us go very like way back, very way back. What am I been saying? We go a long way
ago.
back. Yeah. When I was in college, and I think you had a corporate job that time.
Yes.
But now we are at both very different places in life. I'm doing full-time blogging and vlogging, and she's doing full-time photography, and it's awesome. So she just started her own YouTube channel, and there are just a few videos there. But I'm hoping to see a lot more, so I decided to force her to do this tag with me. So since she's a photographer, a very brilliant photographer that I am so lucky to get to work with, and she helps me film and shoot stuff for my blog and YouTube so often, I thought we'd do the photography tag because you guys always ask me to talk about photography. So it's just a fun little tag where we discuss photography.
And it also makes sense because we know each other through photography.
Absolutely. Without photography and film photography in general,
Absolutely.
or we would never have met. And do you still shoot film?
I do, but only for personal projects. So, not so much because shooting on film gets really expensive, since the film is expensive and also the developing part of it.
And then it's a much lengthier process, I guess. I rarely shoot.
Digital photography is like instant gratification, and with film photography, the clients or whoever that I would shoot for, they would have to wait at least a month. Or maybe a little more to actually get to see their pictures.
That's true.
Yeah. So digital is what I usually shoot, and film only for personal purposes.
That's nice that you still do that. I kind of trailed off with that. Just going to get started with the first question, and we will both answer every question. Okay. So the first question is, how did you get into photography?
Long story short, I think my father is someone who inspired me to get into photography. So, in all those days, he was an absolute photography fan. And he wanted to actually make it into a profession. But in those days, it was not really feasible and not so much of a well-paying profession. So he was just doing it, but then he got a full-time job, and then, he had to let it go. But he still does it every now and then. So it's my father who inspired me to get into photography.
I think mine would be sort of similar. My dad never really went professional and all that, but he always had an SLR camera before he and mom got married. I think it was the Olympus OM10. So, and he had a pretty good kit with lenses and stuff with him. And then he got my mom also a nice camera, but not an SLR, like an easier to use automatic Olympus camera. So they documented my childhood a lot. And then I just really wanted to try it for myself when I turned 16 or 17. I was using a silly point and shoot first. Then I was like, I wanted a DSLR, but I wasn't earning any money. So I didn't know whether I wanted I could ask my parents, should I ask my parents to spend that much of money on me? Because, 7, 8 years ago, even an entry-level DSLR was pretty pricey.
Yes.
But I did, and the rest is history, I guess. And I must say that shooting film was something that really helped me enjoy digital photography a lot more.
Right.
I think just doing the physical stuff and understanding what ISO is and all on film, it just it helps everything go together.
Set into your brain.
Yeah, like the basics.
Firmly, yeah.
I think that really gave me a good foundation, even though I don't shoot film that much anymore. And the second question is, what camera do you use?
So I have a host of cameras, but
this is why she makes us very jealous.
but for now, and for, as I said, mostly for the weddings, I have recently shifted to Nikon. So I shoot with Nikon D750 mostly. Yes.
Who are you even? I used to know you.
So yes, I actually started with Canon. And I was an absolute and ardent Canon loyal. but I am a convert now. So Nikon
Gone
is,
to the dark side. So, which is like your main camera, you said?
Nikon D750 now. I also do photos and video both. So for photography, still photography, I do Nikon D750, and for the video part of it, I usually go for Canon 5D Mark III.
Okay. So for me, it varies. You guys know that all my camera equipment is basically always linked in the description box below because I get a lot of questions. But with the DSLR, it is the Canon 700D, and I also have the Sony RX100 Mark III for vlogging. But as I'm filming this, I'm looking to upgrade my kit and switch to a new system. I also am moving out of Canon really soon, so I'm not going to discuss like my new camera right now because I don't even have it in my hands yet, but maybe I'll do some follow-up video on that. But for now, it's Canon 700D, which is like an entry to medium level DSLR with a flip screen, good for beginners or just whatever. I mean, I'm not a beginner, but I'm not like an expert also. I'm not as good as her. I'm like firmly in the middle somewhere. Studio light or natural light?
Natural light all the way.
Absolutely same. Then nothing beats natural light, but sadly I'm having to look at artificial lighting options because natural light is not consistent. It gets cloudy. Plus right now we have a beautiful window where we're shooting, but I don't have this level of natural light at home, so I'm forced to look into studio.
Right. And also, you know, I would most definitely prefer natural light. But the kind of profession that I am in, you know, I need to make the brides and the grooms look so perfect. And that is where the filler lights come in.
True.
That is where I've
You need to always be prepared.
Correct.
Like what if you are at a location and the light is bad?
Absolutely. And that is where I've recently started using flashes where I just bounce the light off the ceiling or something else, you know, just to fill in the light and to get the face a bit of properly lit and everything. So that's where I would use a flash. I prefer to take the couple or the subject out, you know, in the whole natural surrounding and the natural light. But that is not something that happens that I get to do all the time. So I have to keep a flash handy.
When it comes to preference, nothing beats natural light. It's so beautiful. Nothing can. Yeah. What photography style do you like best?
I really like the whole idea of documenting. Documenting something and not really, you know, choreographing it or anything. So I like the whole documentary style of photography where I like to be a witness of something that is happening. And I really like shooting weddings more so because I get to tell a story through documenting it. So yeah, I like the documentary style of photography a lot, and not so much more of, you know, choreographed or something that is posed. But yeah.
True, I feel like you can capture real personalities and emotions much better that way.
True.
I don't really get to shoot so much like for other people now. It's mostly my own work, so I'm a little confused about how to answer this question. But I think I also like taking candid pictures, like just
Of your cats.
pretty much, yeah. It's very difficult to shoot my cats, but I have some tricks, and I have a very loving assistant also who helps me. I think you know who my assistant is. Just like taking snaps from my day, I guess. Nice snaps. And I also do have a sort of an interest in fashion photography, because when I'm shooting outfits for my blog, like I cannot shoot it myself. It has to be someone like Anushree or my other photographer who I work with sometimes, Kedar, or my mom, somebody. But I like good fashion photography as well. Do you edit your pictures?
I do. I edit my own pictures, and usually the clients and with when I say clients, it is mostly wedding clients. They do hire me for the end result that they get to see on my website or wherever online they are able to see my work, and the end result is always an edited one. So I have to make sure that I personally have to sit and edit the long hours that I do.
I think editing is absolutely necessary as long as you don't go overboard with it.
Absolutely.
I don't retouch my skin or something like that too much. Yeah, but at the same time, I do need to edit to get those tones and colors right.
Correct.
When I was shooting film, I used to almost never edit because you get that beautiful look straight out of the negative. But digital photography, even with the best cameras, can sometimes just be like neutral or flat.
Yeah.
So you do need to edit to bring out some colors with it, and you can maybe put your own personal style into that editing. Everyone has a style, right?
Correct.
Yeah. And the next question is, what is your favorite lens?
My favorite lens. So I started with shooting 50. I know that I've shot with 50mm 1.4 for almost many years, like almost 2-3 years that I've shot with only one single lens. So it is fairly recently that I was able to, and I could actually afford to add a few other lenses to my kit. And so my first love is 50, I can put it that way, but I am sort of getting more interested in 85 also. So there is 50 mm.
I didn't see that coming.
And 85 mm also. 85, sort of.
So they're all
gives me-
prime lenses,
They're
right?
all prime lenses.
That we share in common. So prime lens does not have a zoom. It doesn't go front or back like this. You
Yeah.
have to move with your legs.
Correct. And 85mm sort of gives me a distance and space with my subject, and it sort of actually gives me a candid moment to shoot.
That makes a lot of sense because
Yeah.
they're like you're not in their face, so they
Correct.
feel comfortable.
Correct.
Lovely. I didn't think of it that way. So I do like shooting with primes, but I find 50mm also to be a little tight, at least on most crop sensors. So I shoot with my 40mm pancake on my Canon a lot, and I have already bought a new lens, which is the Sigma 30mm 1.4 that I'm really excited about. I don't know why I'm mentioning it here, but I think it's going to be my favorite lens. So I also shoot with primes, but I like to have wider angle ones. Like the lower the number goes, like 80mm is kind of far, but 50 is like medium, and then 30mm and all is closer.
A little closer, yeah. Since you mentioned 30, I'm reminded of 35, which is also my. So I think 3 lenses. I won't be able to pick and choose one lens.
What if you really had to, like you had to go somewhere and like pick up one lens?
I think then it will have to be 50.
It's
50.
It's just a perfect distance.
It is a perfect lens to shoot weddings, to shoot portraiture, to shoot, for that matter, a bit of a wider scene. You just go back.
True,
and
absolutely.
then you're able to get a 35mm view. So I think 50 is the way to go if I have to pick one lens.
Yeah, another reason to choose 50 is they always say that 50 is the most natural lens.
Correct.
Because
Correct.
it's just as you
Correct.
see the world.
Correct. Absolutely.
The next one is, do you plan out photo shoots?
I do. As much as you say that, I am a candid photographer, yes, but when it comes to portraits, the bridal portraits, the couple portraits, or for that matter, the portraits that I do for you, they have to be a bit of planned
For
photo
sure.
shoots.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I have to pick and choose the areas of the place where I'm shooting and everything. So that way, planned photo shoots have to be part of my
Absolutely.
part of the shoots that I'm doing, even though I'll have to call it candid photo shoots.
Yeah, I don't think planning takes away from the candidness at all. I think all good photographers or whatever, I think you may relate to this, are pretty much control freaks. We are all control freaks. Are you?
I am.
So we
Yes.
always want to use the right equipment, go in the right
Correct.
angle, just get the perfect moment, and you
Correct.
need to plan that out. For
Correct.
me, even if I'm planning just a casual outfit shoot for my blog, I will plan it like 1 or 2 days in advance. I will see that like my hair is washed and styled. I have to know what kind of makeup to wear, and then what time of the day I will be stepping out, because I always shoot in natural light. Even if it's like just like my garden outside my house when I can go anytime and shoot with my mum, I still need to plan. She would still ask me, okay, what time are we going? And there's also stress involved. Like,
Yeah.
like there'll always be those jitters that are you going to get it right? But I don't think any good shoot can be done without at least some level of planning.
Correct.
Okay, number 8. What is the picture you are most proud of?
In terms of weddings, I have two pictures. So there is this one really nice moment where, you know, there is the bidai, the sending off of the bride that is happening, and the grandmother of the bride is just got the bride closer and gave her a nice kiss on the forehead. And that is the moment that I really liked, and I somehow happened to be the only photographer from the whole photography team that was closest, and I could capture it. So that is nothing that I planned or nothing that I did. I just happened to be in that moment, and I somehow got everything correct, and that is that one picture.
Sometimes it's partially luck, right?
I do. Yes. So I got lucky with that picture. So that is one picture that I really like, and then there is another one. So the next picture that I really like is one of my very first pictures that I had taken, and it was on film. I don't even know if I have it actually with me, but it is just of a flower, and then again I got lucky. I also got a butterfly in the frame. So I really like that moment, you know. It's not so much of the picture that
It's
I
what
like.
it means to you.
It is what it means to me, and the whole moment, and you know, the whole feeling of it. That is the reason why I like these two pictures. Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank on this question myself because again I just shoot regular stuff, but I would have to say this one photo shoot that I did with my cat, my older cat Thelma, in the garden, and there are like the periwinkles in the background, there's a little bit of sun, there's grass, and he just looks really happy, and that photo always makes me happy. I just really like that. That's the best answer I can come up with right now. So I'm going to go with it. Number 9. What is the last picture you took? Was it of this frame or something? Or we just shot an outfit downstairs.
Yeah, so it was you.
Yeah, it was.
And I'm sure you'll put it up sometime. So maybe
for
you can
sure.
put it up here.
I think I was wearing the sunglasses.
Yes.
And yes, it was like a face like this much, roughly. That was the last picture. What was the last picture I took? I can't remember.
Maybe for your Instagram.
Yeah, I haven't taken anything today yet. Maybe yesterday, and I have no idea. Maybe something of my cats on my phone. And now we're at the last and final question, number 10. And it is, why do you take pictures?
So as I said, you know, the earlier question where I was saying that I like to document things. So I feel really lucky to be able to document things for the couple on their special day. And you know, even for not only the weddings, but even for you, you know, I am here taking pictures for you. That is something that I am able to do with the right kind of expertise and the technicalities, that everything that is involved. So I think just to document everything, that is why I like taking pictures, and I think I'm very privileged to have this ability. Yeah.
It's something that you've had to work really hard on also, obviously.
5 years in the making almost to get here, to get this kind of expertise, and to understand the whole camera, to understand what all nuances go into, you know, being a wedding photographer or being a photographer for that matter. So yeah,
absolutely. I think photography can be really tough. You do need to have an interest and an eye to start with, but you also need to be very, very hardworking and dedicated to get better at it. So I don't really know why I take pictures. I can give you a philosophical answer, I can give you a simple one. I just like being able to take it. It's a nice ability to actually see anything, even if it's something casual, like even it's a moment in time and you're not going to get it back, and you can look. I think the most rewarding thing is being able to look back at it also, see how much you've changed, how much people have changed. And if you're photographing for someone else, just like Anushree, I don't do that much anymore. It's you're doing something so special for them. It's more than just like work you're doing for them.
Yeah.
You're making their memories. Like imagine a happily married couple, maybe they'll be married for 20-30 years. They'll be looking back at their wedding album, and you are responsible like that.
Absolutely.
You for their wedding album.
And the most rewarding thing with photography is when I get to see the pictures that I've taken in print, in an album, and to be able to look at those hugely printed pictures is something so rewarding. And every single time my vendor sends me the album for the couple, I it's an absolute and pure joy to be able to actually open the packet and open the box and actually get out the album in your lap.
And you know that couple is going to have it like on their coffee table for a long time, like showing anyone who comes over.
Absolutely. And when people go, oh, what a moment, and all of these kind of gestures, that gestures and sweet words and kind words that I get from the couple is, I think, all worth it. All worth the effort.
Amazing, because like a wedding, people spend so much of money, they take so much of trouble, and one day or whatever, or maybe a few more days, and it's over. And then all you have is the photos and the memories in your head.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was everything for the photography tag. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed meeting Anushree as well. And please go check out her channel. And she also has a blog. Her posts are not that frequent, but they're beautiful. So you need to see it. And that is all. I hope we can collaborate again sometime.
Yeah, it was so much fun, Magali, coming to your channel and meeting all your viewers here.
Also, she has Instagram, obviously. So I'm going to put all those links down below. Go say hi to her. I will see you guys next time. Hopefully, she as well soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.